Lights on. It's time to start Curb Cuts.
Curb Cuts is produced by the Central Coast Assistive Technology Center, made possible by donations from Cal Poly CPTV and Slow Public Access, funded by grants from the Christopher Reeve Foundation, Go Forward, the San Luis Obispo County Community Foundation, For Good Forever, and the California Endowment, increasing access to healthcare for all Californians. Curb Cuts is also sponsored by Mac Superstore. And now, Curb Cuts.
All right, well, I'm Beth Currier, and I've been a resident of the Central Coast for about 35 years. I spent my first 2 years in Nipomo in a totally inaccessible house that was fairly difficult for me, and then I moved to my 8 acres here, and I lived in a house that had been partially modified, the kitchen, I could at least roll under the sink and such, and then I was blessed, very blessed, to have my father finance this new house for me, and Paul Wolf as my architect, to design a totally accessible house. I've spent 20 years at Cal Poly as an academic advisor and counselor for the Disability Resource Center. I'm retired now, and so I devote my entire time to my Rancho de los Animales for the Disabled, which is my nonprofit 501c3 organization dedicated to equestrian therapy, pet facilitated therapy for people with disabilities, youth groups, and senior citizens. We have a variety of animals here and livestock that we share with lots of people. We've been doing this for the community for 25 years. And we have some other programs, but they haven't been around 25 years.
That's right.
By where I spend most all of my time in here. And I love my sink because I can roll right under it. It's at a level that I can use. Wonderful feature in that it is right at my height, and I don't have to bend way over to the ground to load my dishes. Yeah, and it's just very, very handy, very easy to use. We can use these. When I use my oven, these are fabulous for setting your hot dishes. It's so easy just to slide whatever you want right in on your. I do a lot of baking, so I have my cookies and my cake. I have 2 levels here, so these cutting boards are just a dream. My dishes are down here. This makes it very handy for a paraplegic to be able to reach my everyday dishes, my bowls, my plates in the drawer here. Of course, silverware up here. I can get into my refrigerator easily here with a handle. Before I had to come in front, grab this, pull this open. So handles are and placed at a height, not here for a sitting, not way up here. You can do this and shut your door without having to roll outside, grab it, back up, and shut. This makes it so much easier. You don't need the manipulative ability to hit this switch. This is just it's simple to use. The main issue for me is that it's at a level that I can use. Your standard stove, here's your cooktop, and down here is your oven. So you pull this thing here, and then you've got to try to reach down here to take your food in and out. But this one, of course, has 2 grab bars, so when you're standing up, you can get in and out. Your controls are on the side rather than the end of the tub. You can direct the stream of water up here. You can either use it standing up here, or you can take it off of the sliding pole and use it handheld. My mother, who is 96, has visited us, and she thought this was magnificent. A simple lever control. Well, these are all 33, aren't they, Paul? These interior doors are all 33.
They're all 32-inch doors.
We eased all the corners instead of having right-angled corners. This makes it a little bit easier when you're using a wheelchair around, because corners tend to be the first thing to get banged up.
Well, I'm an avid gardener, and so I brought some of my favorite tools. They make a number of tools that are telescoping and are longer handled, so that if we want to use our spade, you can extend this out, reach down, and pry out your rock or whatever you need to do. So these tools are very helpful if you're sitting down. Another thing I found is to elevate my plants. If they're a little bit higher on a stump, it just makes it handy to have them elevated a little bit. Of course, those of us in chairs, it's just really important. We want not only a front door that's level, but a back door, you know, for fire safety and such. We need to have level entries. Even if you build yourself a house and you're young and you're able-bodied and the steps aren't an issue, what's going to happen when you grow older and you then develop a mobility impairment, or your in-laws or your mother or father that are elderly come to live with you? They're going to need that level entry, or the grab bar in your bathroom, or the handheld shower head. So by all means, even if you don't need the grab bar now, put the blocking in at 33 inches so that in the future that grab bar can go in.
My name is Marge, and I've been living here in Margarita for 47 years. All my kids grew up here, went to school here and at Atascadero High. And I really like this town. It's real peaceful. Everybody knows you and they help you. You know, like I'm a diabetic, and everybody, if I don't answer the door, they sometimes I give them a key. Some of my friends have keys to come in, and they really have help. You know, they found me. You know, but otherwise, it's nice here. And I like the way Cal Poly fixed the house and everything. They really helped me. Well, Anna and talked to the social worker. I didn't know about it. And she told her about my bathroom. It was dangerous. Even she was dangerous, you know, because she might fall down there. And I was afraid. So she's the one that really helped me, her and the social worker. They really helped me, you know, to get started. I didn't know about this program. And now people ask me, how do you get into it? As long as you're handicapped and you own your house, you can write a letter to Cal Poly and ask them, and they might pick you, you know, out. Before they changed the house, it was difficult to get around because it was not wide enough. It was narrow, and then the bathroom was hard to get in there. You know, I had a chair there, and I had to get into it and take a shower. Now it's easy. They gave me a shower chair. I wheel myself in and get out. But in the rooms, I couldn't even go in. You know, in my bedroom, it was really, really bad. The kitchen was kind of hard and to get around. And I like the way they fixed it because they put a table I could eat or cut up food and watch TV. It's helpful. And they gave me a dishwasher. And then I put the soap and I just scrub it or rinse it and then put it in here. It makes it easier, see? Microwave and a stove. They really, you know, gave me a lot of stuff and I really appreciate it. But everything's worked out fine, even the back. I like to go in the back with my friend, eat lunch or something, you know. We have barbecues in the back and it's really nice. The ramp I had in the front was not stable right because I almost fell down when I used to get the bus, and I didn't feel nothing, and then my daughter says, sure it is, it's rotting. I says, what do you mean it's rotting? It was bad, and I'm surprised I didn't go down, you know, on it. And now they fixed it. Really, it's heavy and everything. It's stable. I don't have to worry about falling down. So it changed all my life, you know, just from the way it was, you know. Now it's a lot better. Now that they changed the house and everything, I'm not scared to do something. Before I used to fall a lot in the bathroom, and because of the way the floor was. But now it's easier. A water fountain and gorilla here, I said, and they put plants and a swing. Some people donate the one patio place. donated a swing and a patio little table. The Poly kids were friendly, they were nice, polite. You know, they were just, sometimes it would make me laugh. Some of them worked all night.
So my role in this project, I'm project manager of the extension team, kind of what you can see behind me. The whole back half of the property is, of the building is new. We added about 260 square feet to expand both her laundry facilities and her bathroom facilities, make them much more wheelchair accessible, and give her a better dining room and kitchen layout, which will make it easier for her to navigate around in her wheelchair.
Hi, my name's Evelyn, and I'm in the engineering management program at Cal Poly. So what that means is I'm getting my MBA and also my industrial engineering master's. It's a two-year program. But what we're doing right now is PolyHouse, and I'm on the flooring and also the kitchen team. And what we've been doing is really organizing and managing all the time and all the logistics behind really getting the, everything installed for her to come. It's a really quick kind of project, like extreme makeover, where we're remodeling this for a really deserving woman. So the class is really great. It's teaching us how to organize everything and get everything together so that we can meet our deadline.
I'm Jim McNamara. I'm the director of EOC's Energy and Conservation Programs and Home Repair Programs. Our home repair programs, we have two right now. One is funded through the Area Agency on Aging, and we do a lot of minor repairs for seniors, anyone 60 years and older, in San Luis Obispo County, in northern Santa Barbara County. We do installation of grab bars. We do a lot of other minor repairs like plumbing items, repairing leaky faucets, light carpentry, and a lot of repairs to porches and handrails. And also under that program we do install up to 10 wheelchair ramps a year. 5 of those go into San Luis Obispo County and 5 in northern Santa Barbara County. Our other program is funded through the Community Development Block Grant, the CDBG program, and that serves the unincorporated parts of San Luis Obispo County, and the city of Grover Beach also funds some of that program.
I'm Roger Castle, and I'm the senior home repair tech for this program. We're going on our 11th year, and I've been with the program since it started. I do a lot of the actual field work, and I do some of the design and the building permits, which we are required to get for each project.
We get referrals for services for home repairs and for ramps and such from various social service agencies, nonprofit organizations that serve elderly or disabled community in both this county, San Luis Obispo County, and Santa Barbara County. And then just a lot of word of mouth. Sometimes we're doing a ramp project in a neighborhood and a neighbor sees that, or they know somebody else who needs a ramp, so we'll get a phone call that way.
Cost factors on a typical ramp run about $3,000. It varies a lot depending on the requirements of the site.
For our senior home repair program, there are actually no income requirements as far as eligibility. The main requirement is that a person be 60 years old or older to qualify for that program. And again, the primary focus of that program is minor home repairs, although we do a certain number of ramps each year. For our CDBG funded program, a person qualifies by virtue of their income level. So if they're considered low income or very low income, then they'll qualify for services. What we'll do is we'll send a representative from EOC out to the person's home. We'll do an assessment of the house. We'll review income guidelines if we're considering them for service in the CDBG program. Otherwise, we'll just do an assessment of the area where they need a ramp or grab bars or whatever repair is needed. And then we'll develop a small project budget and either approve or disapprove the project depending on if it falls within our budget guidelines. And then we'll schedule it for work based on priority. We have some clients who contact us who are actually literally trapped in their home. They do not have a way of getting in and out of their house without calling for assistance.
While EOC tries to build all of their ramps to ADA standards because they are universal standards for both electric and manual wheelchairs. It is possible in most cases in a residential setting to make the ramps to different standards.
A lot of the installations we do, our clients actually provide some of the materials. In cases where we are installing grab bars, sometimes those grab bars are provided by other agencies and we're just providing the labor for that project.
If we have a need, see a need where we don't quite have the funds, it's very gratifying to reach out to other agencies or private donors or the clients themselves or their family and put together a group and come up with enough funds to do what's needed. And that's a very gratifying event.
EOC is continually searching for funding sources and grants to fund our activities. And so it's our hope that in the future we'll find other sources of funding, especially to provide services for the disabled community.
You can call EOC Energy Services at area code 805-541-4122.
My name is Joan. I live in the Manson Marsh, and I've been in a motorized wheelchair for about 20 years. This way I can use my remote control, open the door, and it opens for me. I get through it, it closes behind me and locks. It saves me so much energy. There are many times during the day that I ordinarily would not go out, and I'd just be pretty much stuck in my room. Or even answering the door for somebody, let somebody in, would be so awkward. This is so nice. Somebody comes to the door, rings the bell, I open the door for them, they can come in, and it's nice. It's not all the juggling and trying to get to the door. It's great. It does make me a more social person because I can get in and out. As people in wheelchairs know, before you go any place, you have to check out the environment to see if it's going to be friendly or not. This is a very friendly environmental thing. I can come and go as often as I want. I do have people say, how can I get one of those? Because it would be good for anyone who's elderly, or I wish I would have had it when I was managing toddlers and groceries and a dog and trying to get them through the door. It's a wonderful, wonderful device.
My name is Jennifer Allen Barker, and I'm an occupational therapist, and I have been for a very long time. And most recently I've been specializing in low vision rehabilitation. I'm also legally blind myself and have been since I was 5 years old, so I have both a personal long-time experience and a professional training and background in low vision rehab. And if I'm first meeting with people, as I look at their lighting, and a lot of solutions, a lot of improved function can come just from changing lighting, putting in full spectrum, putting in a variety of lighting. Most people have general lighting in their home. They've got the ceiling fixture in the center of the ceiling, but they don't have task lighting. So we put in full spectrum up there, and then we start looking at task lighting. Okay, where do you do your food cutting? Where do you do your bill paying? Where do you do your photographs into the photograph album? Any of those kinds of things, we start looking at task lighting and bringing a task lamp to that location. And because with task lamp, and full spectrum, you decrease glare and you improve contrast, so you get more detail about what you're looking at, and you improve your color perception, so that again you get more detail as to what's going on down there by your hands. And that's really important in the kitchen if you're using a knife. The characteristics are full spectrum, and you can see them in your light bulbs that you can get from the grocery store now. They may say full spectrum, or the packaging may say natural sunlight or natural light. all of those terms essentially mean the same thing, and it is closer to natural sunlight, so that it has a broader range of light wavelengths. And so it brings out contrast, it brings out detail, it brings out color without as much, and when it reflects more directly. So you generally can't use just the general room light in the room, because it won't give you good contrast, good detail right there where your hands are working. So you want task lighting, and that usually is best achieved by a desk lamp of some sort. Some people, if they already have a desk lamp that they really like, and we can retrofit a full spectrum light bulb in there, most people find that satisfactory. And then we want to have the light come from the side or from the side shoulder, not directly over the shoulder, which is a misconception that a lot of people have grown up with, is that your light should come right over your shoulder. Because what happens if you're, here's my notepad, if you're trying to look at a book, a photo album or something, and it's even with your face, and that light's coming right over your shoulder, it's going to hit that white paper or that shiny photograph and bounce right back in your eyes. So we want it to come from the side so that any reflection then bounces off away from us, and we get good detail, good color, but we don't get that light bouncing back at us. If you want additional lighting for conversation situations and the fluorescent, there isn't enough fluorescent going on, I prefer tall torchier lamps, the tall floor lamps that, again, they aim the light up towards the ceiling with either an opaque shade or a heavily frosted shade. You don't want a clear glass shade or a rippled glass shade, because that'll distort the light that's coming out at the eye. And I also feel that a torchier where the light source is higher up than your eye level. So I'm 5'7". I have to have something, I look for something that's almost 6 foot tall where that light bulb is coming from, so that it's not at my eye level. So if I look around the room for something, I'm not looking right at a bright light that's right at eye level and could wash out detail and change my ability for good detail and contrast. How can we avoid reflective light if we don't intend to be using it? We can use a reflective light for general lighting up near the ceiling, but we don't want reflective light at our cutting board when we're trying to cut tomatoes, because we're going to end up cutting our finger as well. So looking at ways to get rid of or reduce reflective light by texture surface changes, putting a dull placemat on the table instead of a shiny one, or putting a tablecloth or placemat on the table instead of having a shiny tile or glass or high gloss wood finish. Our furniture contrasts with the flooring material, so we don't have same color furniture and same color flooring. Because that can cause a trip factor if you can't see the corners of the coffee table. Like a clear glass coffee table is a really dangerous situation, because no matter what background you put on it, it's hard to see. So that's something that we've chosen not to utilize. And that furniture, we do have some furniture in our living room that is a light color and is similar to the color in the carpet, but it's all padded. There's no hard surfaces on it. So if I do bump into it, then I don't get hurt. And furniture tends to stay in one place. It doesn't move around a lot. And we try to have a fairly minimum amount of furniture, where rather than I love the look of, a Victorian or American Craftsman with the little tables and the chintz curtains and so forth, and lots of little chairs and so forth. But that's a nightmare. When I walk into a place like that, it's very difficult to move around without bumping into something and knocking some pretty decorative item off. So, that's just not a realistic way for me to function in my home.
Well, I'm Paul Wolf, and I've been teaching first barrier-free design at Cal Poly, and then it evolved into universal design. Universal design really depends upon 4 primary things. First of all, getting in. Second, getting around. Once you're inside, being able to get around the place. Getting to go, by that I mean getting to go to the bathroom. That's very essential. That's one of the 4 criteria. And the 4th is access to services and facilities within the place. So those 4 work on whether it's a store, a restaurant, or a residence. It's still those four basic ideas that make it into universal design. Most universal design areas really can make an awful lot of difference to people who need them. Most of the able-bodied, we're not aware of encountering barriers. When we find a door that's too narrow, we simply go down sideways. We don't really pay attention to the fact that it's a barrier. But for someone who can't maneuver any other way, it basically says, hey, I didn't consider you, you weren't in my sphere of consciousness, I didn't design for you, so you can't get into this place. And no one else is affected more by their physical environment than people with some disabilities. And ideally it should work for anyone able-bodied or disabled.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode on home modifications and universal design and how they make homes more usable, safe, and accessible for everyone. If you'd like to learn more information about home modifications and universal design, you can check out our website at ccatc.org and click on Curb Cuts. You'll also be able to see all of our episodes on YouTube. We also want to remind viewers that CCATC also does home access assessments, so if you're interested in that, feel free to give us a call at 549-7420. And we want to let you know about a new program that we've added to our services. We've recently been funded by the CATE program, and CATE stands for California Assistive Technology Exchange. And specifically what that involves is a loan library of devices that Californians can check out for free. So if you'd like to see some of the devices that we have to offer on short-term loan, you can visit our website, or you can go directly to the CATE website, which is cate.ca.gov. And again, that's CATE, cate.ca.gov. And you can check out a device directly from there. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 549-7420. We're going to close today's episode like we close every episode with showing you our friend Maisha Thomas using the motorized beach wheelchair down at Avila Beach. And to remind you that you can check out this beach wheelchair by giving us a call at 549-7420. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.